Hey guys, Jimmy here with another Lots of Games review. Today I'm going to be reviewing Homefront. Now, developed by KO Studio, published by THQ, Homefront takes place in the year 2027, where the Korean People's Army takes over the United States and begins to take out anyone that stands in the way. The plot is very effective at giving the player a glimpse to what would happen if another country were to invade your homeland. The story is written by John Millis, and this is the same person who wrote Red Dawn, which has a very similar plot to that of Homefront. Now, in the game, you play as Robert Jacobs, a former military pilot who gets involved with the Resistance. Now, the Resistance, a group of individuals who are set out to regain the freedom and control of the United States and to essentially go against the Korean People's Army. Jacob provides very resourceful with his military background, and the game itself, it spans across several states as Jacobs and other resistance team members fight off the Korean People's Army. Now, the campaign itself, it does have its high moments, but one of the things that I wanted to point out is that the campaign can be completed in around 5 hours on the normal setting. There's a lot of great first-person shooters out there that have a much better campaign, in my opinion, and give you a much deeper, longer campaign to play by. Now, most of you guys out there are going to be getting this game for the multiplayer, and we'll talk a little bit about that, where you buy first-person shooters to play the multiplayer. There are some of you guys out there, I know, that might not be connected to the internet and are really interested in playing through the campaign. Guys, I really cannot recommend that you pick this one up if you're only going to play the campaign. 5 to 6 hours is just way too short to pay for a full-priced game. But however, if you are interested in the multiplayer, that's a totally different story. The multiplayer is really where Homefront shines. The developers, the Chaos Studios, who developed Homefront, really did an excellent job at making multiplayer fun and exciting. It is a very fun multiplayer experience. Now, a lot of people weren't sure before this game came out. Some people said, oh, there's only a couple modes available. No, there are several modes available. You get to start off with a couple modes, and then as time goes on, you can unlock additional modes to play in the multiplayer. It is very fun, very exciting. You can have up to 32 player matches that can take place. In the game, if you complete objectives or get kills, you get points. You can use these points to, say, for instance, use some of the perhaps a UAV, or perhaps you can buy yourself a tank or a helicopter to use in that level, and it is very fun. One of the things that the developers at Homefront pointed out is that when you buy a vehicle, this is going to be something that you'll have to take a couple hours to get used to play. There's not really a learning curve. You can just hop in and play, and the controls are very simple and intuitive. When they say that, kind of reminds me of Bad Company 2. I love Bad Company 2, but learning to fly in that helicopter for me was very challenging, very difficult, and folks at Homefront, or the developers at Homefront, wanted to kind of change that and make this accessible to as many players as possible. There were a lot of people playing online, and like I said, I did have a blast. For information, there are currently, for the PlayStation 3 and the PC, there is 7 maps available, and for the Xbox 360, 8 maps available. And it's just unbelievable. Very fun. I was very impressed. Like I said, there are a lot of great first-person shooters out there with a terrific campaign. Homefront's shortcomings, in my opinion, is the short campaign. And also, the last 2 chapters were somewhat interesting, but, it was kind of, average. And to have an average first-person shooter campaign that only lasts 5 hours, that really isn't any reason to, in my opinion, to pay the full price unless you are interested in the multiplayer. But like I said, guys, I definitely recommend Homefront if you are all about going online and playing with your friends and going against other teams. You'll definitely have a blast. And well, guys, if you have any questions or comments about Homefront, please let me know. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you later.